Arthur, thanks very much for joining us. Just for those who don't know, tell us a little bit more about Fortwell Capital.
Fortwell Capital is a principal lender based in London with dedicated capital from a single source. Our majority shareholder is Kane International, the real estate investment firm. Fortwell has been operating since 2011, has in that time lent over £1.5 billion for UK real estate projects. Current focus for the last several years has been on the funding of construction projects in the UK in a variety of asset classes, including private residential, the new build of care homes, and some more commercial assets, including logistics, wider industrial stock, and office buildings. We've been focused on that for the last several years, and that's where we see the opportunity for lending into the current real estate market.
And in terms of the current real estate market, obviously the health crisis has had a big influence. Has that also influenced, I suppose, any of your strategy in terms of those sectors or the way you've had to operate?
At the beginning of the crisis, we, like I'm sure most lenders did, assessed our existing loan book and the immediate pipeline we were looking to execute in the coming months. We have a broad geographical spread across the UK, which raised questions of very basic issues like labour and material shortages for construction projects, as well as potential value changes in the end value of certain asset classes. What we did was work very closely with our clients to assess their particular issues they may be facing, whether or not that was labour, materials, lack of sales, etc. The main focus for us has been really assessing where people are in their projects, what their issues are going to be over the next 3, 6, 12, 24 months even, and try and work with them to understand what they might need from us as a lender, if that's forbearance, additional support, etc. But I think we have been fairly well insulated based on the kind of assets that we're helping people to build. In particular, I think in the care sector, what we have seen over the last several months is a real focus on what you would call kind of insufficient quality of particular assets in that sector, where elderly people, ultimately go to live. And since 2014, what Fortwell has done is focused on the construction of new build care homes, which are fit for purpose, the most modern standards, and that is an area that we think that market is going to go in, and have believed that for the last several years. And I think what, unfortunately, the last few months has proven is that that's where that market needs to go. So currently we work with 3 sponsors nationwide, including Scotland. We've financed 34 separate care homes. For our largest client, we have lent over £240 million into that sector during that period. And that is something that we're really focused on, which is enabling the delivery of quality, purpose-built new care facilities in the UK.
Do you think that demand is going to increase from this point forward in terms of those, I suppose, new build care homes and senior living?
Yeah, I think so. I think the care sector for lenders has generally had a pretty poor reputation, and I think a lot of that has been to do with the quality of care provision and some lenders being unwilling to take operational risk due to the issues associated with, for example, enforcing security on a care asset. So our focus has very much been, how can we help our clients deliver new purpose-built facilities that are not going to face those issues, which are going to be built to the highest standards, which are going to be operated by the best operators and provide elderly residents with quality living accommodation. In particular, during COVID, small details such as not sharing bathroom facilities, which might sound obvious, but unfortunately isn't the case. Having separate air supply to every individual's room. So what that enables you is effective isolation if there is, for example, a nasty virus present within a home. And unfortunately, a lot of the UK's current care assets don't meet those standards. And that's what we've been focused on, that's what we believe in, and that's what we're trying to do.
From our work with the Senior Housing and Healthcare Association, there's definitely a need for a lot of these new constructions to come through. Great to hear that there's another financing option available for them, Arthur, and thanks very much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks, Richard.